Hey YouTube, how you doing, and welcome back to another video from your boy Hunter. Now today we're gonna be doing something a little different from what I usually do, you know, rigging and stuff like that. We're gonna do a spaceship game. I'm gonna delete everything I have there, and I'm gonna go and show you where to get these before we get started. I'm gonna go into the website, and you can download it from here. So it's completely free. You just go to C3 Trader, make an account. It's completely free because, like me, if you're like me, you don't like to pay for stuff. So I don't like to pay for stuff. So I gave this guy a like, so make sure you give him a like. But there's one problem. This guy has no name. He's got absolutely no name. So we're gonna have to assume this guy didn't want to be found or doesn't want people to know who he is. Even right here, when you go into the description, you know, this one, I tried that and it's 3D dash. That's it. So that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna import these. So it's a OBJ file. And I've actually got it, yeah, space models, and I'm gonna import all of them. Or maybe just 3 of them, then you can do the rest. Okay, this one actually sucks. And I re-imported the same one. Let's try this one. Okay, so it basically looks the same. There was one that actually looks awesome, and I actually want to get that. I think it was the very bottom one. No, it was not. So these are all kit badges, by the way. You can see everything runs on the same material. Oh, this one is not too bad. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick with these. I want to show you how to use them and how you can colorize them, and then we're gonna fly one of these around. Okay. What you do is you go and let's say I want to do this one. I'm gonna take away the material for this one and the other one. So I'm gonna go to my shader editor. And also I'm gonna turn my screencast key so you know what I'm pressing at all times. It is on. Awesome. Okay. So for this I'm just gonna take away the materials. There we go. Okay, so now I've got 3 spaceships, 2 with no material and 1 with a material. So with this material we're gonna need a few things. I'm gonna Control Shift T. It's gonna set me to a thing like this. Now I've got the textures already, so I don't know what these marks are supposed to be doing, but okay. Okay. It doesn't help you do this. It doesn't help you import this one, so leave that alone. Doesn't help you import the emission as well. You can try. I'm gonna show you. It's not gonna work. So that's base color and the emission, the metallic, the glossiness, the normals, the specular, and this roughness. Then I'm gonna import this, and you will see we're gonna miss a few of these. So it got the normals, it got the glossiness, got the specular, and got the metallic, but not the roughness or anything. So I'm gonna move these out of the way. Then I'm gonna duplicate a few of these. So Shift D, I'm gonna move it right there. Shift D, move it right there. Just make sure it doesn't connect with anything. Shift D and move it up there. So this is gonna be the base color. So I'm gonna get the base color. I'm gonna do the black. For this is gonna be the roughness. I need to sneeze. This is gonna be the emission. Okay. Now I'm gonna move these basically back into place. So the emission, I wanna make a little bit of space for it. Pop it in there. Whoa, why the hell did you do that? You see, that's where you have to be careful. So that's going to be the emission, and we're going to plug that into the emission color. Not the emission strength, the emission color. And doesn't look like it that much, but when I do this, you're going to get something that looks emission-like. You can see you got the emission right now. Okay. So I'm going to shift A and a lamp. And I'm gonna make a sun lamp so you can see what I'm doing. So we got 3 models. Okay, so the next one is going to be the roughness. The roughness, I'm gonna hook that up to the roughness. The roughness would be around, okay, let me just make sure. Where's the roughness? What the hell? Got the glossiness on the roughness. Are you crazy? The glossiness is not roughness. I think that's supposed to be filter tint. Okay. So that's gonna hook up to the roughness. And again, I'm gonna try to be careful where I place this. So the roughness goes to the roughness. If I can see it. And it looks like it did it again. No, it didn't. No, I don't want to hook that up. Come on, man. Piece of shit. Okay, hook that up to the roughness. Go recalculate. And then we need to make space for that. Just to keep it nice and neat. Then we have the base color. Hook that up to the base color. And we got something like this now. See that? Doesn't that look a lot better? No, it doesn't. Okay, so now I'm just gonna hook this up to the... So you see this line right there, this dot right there. I'm gonna hook this up to that one. I'm gonna hook that one up to this one. I'm gonna hook this one up to, oh come on, come on you piece of crap. And then hook that up. Just so we have everything on the same UV map. Now obviously it's not gonna look like it did much. But okay, so we got something happening. Now for this model, if you go into edit mode, you will see these engines. They don't look that great to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go Control plus on these. What just happened? Control plus on these. And then I'm gonna press I to inset. Just to about there, and then I'm gonna move these inward, and I think that looks a lot better. Just small details you can change. Come on, man. Come on, man. Alright, and then the emission. We're gonna need some bloom. So this is your render properties. The very top one below the wrench and the screwdriver. So I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna turn on the ambient occlusion, the bloom, and the SMAA. You can already see there's a little bit of a shine. So the ambient occlusion, okay, that's not really what it's supposed to do, but it's just gonna give you a little bit more detail on this. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna move it back. Now we'll see we've got the emission strength. Now something is bugging out real bad with me, but the emission strength, and I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. And that's how you do the color of this. But now we're gonna reuse the same material on all of these. So let's see how many colors we actually do have. Before we do that, I'm gonna go to the material tab. I'm gonna drag this over to the next and to that one, and then to get the color to change, you're not gonna change anything right here now. Don't change anything. I'm gonna press this button, so you're gonna get 010. So now I can change anything I want on this. Okay, so I'm gonna open up and I'm gonna count with how many colors I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7 colors I can actually use, but I'm only gonna need 3. So I'm gonna go for the red and this one. Remember to press this button before you do that, and then we're gonna click on this one, and then I think I'm gonna go with maybe the blue. And we got 3 spaceships. See that? Doesn't that look awesome? Now obviously we're gonna need to change something on these, but we're only gonna be flying one of these around, and I think it's gonna be this one. So I'm gonna edit this one and I'm gonna get rid of these. I just wanted to show you how to do that. Alright, so now if you go into edit mode with this, you're gonna see this thing has its own shiny material thing right there, and I want this to emit, you know, stars and stuff like that while I'm flying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this a new material. So face selection, and to make it easier on myself, I'm gonna auto mirror this. So if you don't have auto mirror enabled, you get that by your edit, preferences, and just by add-ons search for auto, then turn on auto mirror. Okay, so that would be by your edit, this one, edit. If I do this, you will see it says edit, and then all the way at the bottom you're gonna find auto mirror. And close these down so you can see auto mirror. Then you want to mirror it on the x-axis, and I'm gonna press auto mirror, and it's gonna make a mirror modifier for you, and it's gonna cut it. You don't have to delete anything. It's gonna make it a lot easier for you. Okay, so now we're gonna start editing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a new material. Don't worry about this, we're gonna make our own. Maybe we should do that before we do this, and I didn't select everything anyway, so let's make this real quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and shift A and a plane. Scale down the plane. Scale it down a little bit more. Go to the side view. And rotate, not extrude this, rotate it. I'm going to scale it up a little bit. Go to top view. I'm going to just press dot. And make sure this has this very same length as the thing you're trying to make. Okay, so now we're gonna need a few cuts, but before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and just put on my vertex snapping. No. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my vertex snapping. Go to edges, and make sure this is not enabled when you do that. So, instead of snapping increments, we're gonna go snapping vertex or edge, because I'm gonna use the edges. So I can just grab this and boom, I snapped it onto the edge. And then I'm gonna extrude this and snap it onto that edge. Now obviously it doesn't look like it worked, but trust me it did. So now I'm gonna just bring this down and just snap that onto there. So I'm gonna snap this to the edge. So I'm still in edge snapping, so I can just move these around. Then I'm gonna press Ctrl L and I'm gonna press Alt E and extrude individual faces along normals. Sorry, not individual faces, along normals. And now I got something like that. But obviously it does not look proper yet, because this thing goes down a lot more than you think. So I'm gonna just duplicate this, Ctrl L, Shift D, and move it to the side. And then we just need to bring some of these faces down. So we're gonna rotate only this. RY, no, it's RX. And then GZ, make sure this snaps. Well, not snaps, but just lines up. So RX. And GZ. Move it to the side, RZ. GZ. Now we just need to move this basically into place. And then I'm gonna need another loop cut right there. Something like that should work. I said should. Snap it onto the edges. And then this one, snap this one onto that edge. This one, snap that one onto that edge. Just like that. Okay. So now I can select these faces. And don't delete them, we're still going to be using them. So go into your material tab and just press plus and assign. So now you're gonna get a blank material like this. Okay. Now like I said, we're gonna have this, so we need to fix that. So I'm gonna go into edge selection. I'm gonna press G and G. GG. And then we have another one, GG. So we just want to hide those blue spots. And then we still need to line this up again. Okay. Now let's try and make this look proper. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. We're gonna fix that. But to get this to reflect anything and everything around it, we're gonna go to the material tab for this, the material, make a new material. You don't have to worry about the specular or anything like that, but the roughness comes down. So you're gonna see something like that. Now you can play with the base color if you wanted to. Now give it something a bit more different. But now this will reflect anything in its path. Okay. Now another thing you can do is you can turn on the go away. I don't like you. You can turn on the transmission, but then it's gonna make it invisible, and that means you're gonna have a cockpit, and we don't have a cockpit, and it's gonna be a little hard to make, and this is not how it's supposed to look. So I actually needed this to, well, need this to come up. Okay, so now I just need this vertex. Snap it to the edge. Those vertices, snap that to the edge. Snap that to the edge. Snap that to the edge. Then just GG to bring this down a little bit, so it's not so bulky. I think I failed to do that with this as well. Oh, and then you can also set this to normal as well. But I'm just gonna keep that on global. It looks better. Remember, they are all in the same model. They're all the same model, so don't worry about anything going wrong, you know, bugging out or whatever. Now I'm thinking these are like guns. Should be, because it is a space fighter, so I'm gonna use those as guns. and these. I think I can just do the same I did with the other engines. I to insert, E to extrude. Okay, so that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to do it one by one. I to insert, E to extrude. I to insert, E to extrude. That looks better. Alright, so now we got this fixed up. We're gonna make it fly. So to make it fly, we're not gonna be controlling this. This is going to be the base model. That's not gonna do anything except for follow along with another model. So on the properties, we're gonna set this from static to no collision. Okay. So when you got that, I'm gonna go ahead and Shift A mesh and a cube. Alt G. And just make sure this, let's look at the, okay, so I'm gonna press Q and, well, not Q, W, and set origin to geometry, or geometry to origin, doesn't really matter. So now what we're gonna do is to Alt G, tab into edit mode for this. Now we need to, oh shite, that was not supposed to happen. I forgot to apply the mirror modifier. So let's just do that real quickly before we do anything else. Just apply this and then W. Set origin to geometry. Alt G. And then Alt G on this. Now it's properly lined up. So now I can tab into edit mode and I can start lining these up. And this is gonna make sure you don't get any, you know, anything too high detailed flying around the area. So so just try to cover the whole spaceship with this. Don't worry if you got something that does not cover, you know, don't worry about that. We just need the base, you know. That's what's gonna be flying us around anyway. So don't give it too much detail. Do not give that too much detail. So you can go ahead and, you know, bring some of this down or up. As long as you keep to a fairly low resolution, you should be fine. Remember, this is a hitbox, so you're not gonna get, you know, nobody's gonna aim for your tail or whatever. It's gonna aim right at your hitbox. So then I'm gonna apply this, and then as you can see, I've got Sparrow, Control C, and then I'm gonna go to the cube and gonna Control V, and instead of the 17, the 117, I'm gonna call this hitbox. Okay, so now we got a red box. We're gonna take this model and parent it to this. Control P and object. Then we're gonna go to this guy. That's why I said don't make too much detail on this. We're gonna go to the... You can keep this... Okay, this is gonna go dynamic, otherwise it's not gonna work. Make sure this is set to dynamic. And then lock the Z velocity and give it a collision bounce of triangulated mesh. So it will triangulate the mesh. So you can get shot here, shot here, shot here, shot here. Okay. So now the last thing, we're gonna go to the object data properties. We're gonna go to viewport display and set the color just below the color from textured to wire. That's very important. So now we can fly this thing around. Ooh, yay. But we need some things to, you know, dodge. So let's make some things we can actually just dodge. So let's say these are asteroids. I'm gonna Alt D with these. So these are all asteroids. This is asteroids. That's asteroid field. We're gonna need that. Okay, for this, I'm gonna go into my logic editor. W is going to be forward, so I'm gonna need a keyboard. Oh, sorry about that. And it's going to be W, and rename this as W. But we're going to need is a mouse. The mouse I'm gonna set at the very top and switch this from left button to movement. And then I'm gonna put another mouse right here and add another. Well, this would be a motion. See on your keyboard if you don't know that. Hook these two up and set this from visibility to look. Now you want to have local on both of these and have this on 0. And this I'm gonna set to 0.5 and this I'm gonna set to 0.5. So when I hit play, you can see I can move my spaceship around. But as you can see, the Z and the Y is not working as it should, because I want this to rotate like that. So the Z is going to be Y. And when I do this, you can see moving my mouse left to right, moving it up and down. So this is down, this is up. So now I can't move for shit. Okay, so we're gonna make it move. So the first thing you're gonna do when you need to do is make sure what is forward. So that would be negative Y. Negative Y would be forward. And then we're gonna need linear velocity of maybe 20. Make sure it's set to local. And then we're gonna need force as well. And we're gonna have a little bit of damping. So that's gonna cause it to speed up as we go. Actually, we don't need the location. We actually just need the force. You can see it's speeding up a little bit, not too much. So let's just get this to a pretty high number. Okay, it's going. So linear velocity now. You can see I'm colliding with everything. And I can fly right back to where we started. And when I release my W button, he's just gonna fly around like that. And boom. Now we need a way for this to stop. If you want it to stop mid-air. I mean, this is so straightforward. I'm just gonna go ahead and just emotion. I'm gonna use S for this keyboard and S. And then you need to counteract what's happening with the force. So I'm just gonna go with local Y10. There you can see it's trying to stop it, but it's not stopping it. Okay. So again, I'm gonna bring the damping. I'm not gonna give it damping. I'm gonna go and turn the linear velocity up to 2 and the force up to 6. You can see what happened there. It's starting to counteract. So now we need to see this is 63. The linear velocity is 3. So this is a little too strong. So I'm gonna press add. And you can see what happens there. So I think this will be local. This might be a little too strong. And there it stops, mid-air. Like ABS brakes. And you can go back slightly. Now we can make this even. Make this even less strong. Okay, so that's not working. So I can fly through these now. I can fly around. Boom. But now I need a way to go left and right. So give it a little bit of a tilt and everything. That's going to be an animation actually, but I'm not going to do the animation. I'm just going to give it a left and right so it can actually move left and right. So it's going to be a keyboard and another keyboard. There's going to be A and D. Give it a true pulse. And give it a motion, T and T. Pick this up. Just like, come on, hook it up. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna give it left and right. So that's gonna be the positive X. The A is going to be positive X. So I'm just gonna give it damping frames. I actually need to copy the damping frames from the, so it's 96. So 96. So the X linear velocity would be positive X and force positive X. This is going to be negative X and negative X. So when I play, nothing is happening. Oh, so for the A, something is going wrong. Let's see what happened there. Oh, I put this on the local. It should be the force. So let's try and put this up to maybe 1. Let's test it out. Okay, it looks like they're going in other directions, so this might be maybe 1, 1, negative 1, 1. Let's try that out. Yep, it's going left and right. Okay, as you can see, I think I put that on the torque. Where Did I put it on the torque? No, but when I press the D button, it's turning. It's not supposed to turn. Force. Force. Nothing on the torque. Oh, the angular velocity. No. 1. Okay, 2. 2. Negative 2. 2. Okay, so there are reverse, so I'm just gonna take this away, take this away, and just put it here. Screw you. Okay. So left and right. So obviously my right is a little too low for some reason. It's exactly the same. But when I go this way, it's a lot slower than the other one. I see that. So I got this at 9.4. Negative 9.4. I was not adding that. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. Oh. Hey. Hey. I just want to see if this actually helps, you know. Okay, so the forward is not helping a lot, you know. Going forward, I think it's supposed to go. I just want to see what happens when I press the add, if it's going to do something. So the forward is not going to have any location. So for the force, torque, okay. Okay, we're gonna do slow parent for this now. No worry. So now let's see. I'm gonna add a camera. 0. Alt G, Alt R, RX 90. Whoa, where's the camera? So I did add the camera. RZ180 RX 9 no negative 90. Now we need to line this up, so I'm gonna press Alt H. No, Alt H, G. Jeez. Where's the camera out of the way? Otherwise, if I press that button one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Alt H. Control 0. So I'm in that camera. GZ. GY. GZ. RX. Then I'm gonna play with the focal length because I want it close to the ship but not too close, so I'm gonna set the focal length up a bit. So the focal length is set here by the camera. The length maybe somewhere around there. 25. Then I'm gonna parent it to this. Control P and object. So when this rotates, the whole thing would rotate with it. Okay, that's the first thing. This one, on relations, I'm gonna give it a slow parent. Relations. And slow parent, and just bring it up, maybe 0.4. For the camera, I'm gonna also do a slow parent. This one I'm gonna bring it up a little bit stronger. So when we fly, you can see it's getting something's not working. So maybe something like that. Oh, there we go. So now it looks a bit more like you're flying in outer space. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring the slow parent for this up as well. Maybe about 2. And there I can fly. And if I release my button, it's still flying. And I can strafe. Okay, so that's how you make a flight game in Blender. Now for the next one, I'm gonna add bullets, we're gonna destroy these cubes, we're gonna be shooting. But for now, I'm gonna say thanks for watching. If you did like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bells, because you should always be in the loop for when the next video comes out. Seriously. And hitting that like button will really help me to get the channel to grow, and sharing the video as well. I would really appreciate it. And you know, subscribing, people would start noticing me. You know, I don't do this just for myself, I do this for the community, so you can learn more about Blender, see what you can do with Blender. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and have a nice day.